Blue circle intro, midnight to 0:45. Hook and suspense. Narrator, calm and curious tone. October 22nd, 1982. An Air India flight, flying normally, but suddenly, mid-air, both its engines started failing, one after the other. The pilots were shocked, the passengers terrified, and on the ground, the control room went into panic mode. Was it a machine failure? Or human error? What exactly happened to Air India Flight 171? Today, we'll uncover every moment of this forgotten incident. So watch the video till the end. Yellow Circle Part 1, 0:45 to 3 o'clock. The story of Flight 171. On October 22, 1982, Air India Flight 171, a Boeing 707, took off from Mumbai Airport, heading toward Dubai. Everything seemed normal. Clear weather. Experienced pilots. But as the plane climbed to 1,500 feet, suddenly, a loud explosion echoed. It was the number one engine, the left engine, that had exploded. The pilot immediately handled the emergency, shut down engine number one, and shifted reliance to the remaining engines. But the real trouble had just begun. Within seconds, the second engine began losing power. And shortly after, the second engine failed too. Now, with two engines lost, the plane was flying solely on its remaining two engines, a situation extremely dangerous for a four-engine aircraft. The pilot sent out a Mayday distress call and turned back toward Mumbai Airport. On the ground, a full emergency alert was declared. Runways were cleared. Rescue teams were activated. Yellow Circle Part 2, 3 to 5 o'clock. Technical failure or something else. Later investigations revealed that compressor blade failure in Engine 1 had caused internal damage, leading to a fire and complete engine failure. But then, why did the second engine fail? It was found that after shutting down Engine 1, the pilots had unintentionally overloaded the remaining engines to stabilize the aircraft. As a result, the second engine overheated and failed. Blue circle intro, midnight to 1 o'clock. Hook and suspense. Narrator, calm, suspenseful tone. October 22nd, 1982. An oar. Yellow Circle Part 1, 1 to 4 o'clock. The story of Flight 171. On that morning, Air India Flight 171 took off smoothly from Mumbai Airport. A Boeing 707, one of the world's most trusted aircraft at the time. On board were 213 passengers, mostly families and workers heading to Dubai. Weather? Clear. Pilots? Highly trained. Everything seemed perfectly normal. But just minutes after takeoff, as the plane reached 1,500 feet, a sudden, loud explosion shattered the calm. Engine number 1, situated on the left wing, had exploded. Pieces of metal flew out. Smoke trailed behind the aircraft. Inside the cockpit, alarms blared. The captain immediately declared an emergency and shut down the failed engine. Relying on the remaining three engines, the pilots tried to stabilize the aircraft. But the real nightmare was just beginning. Within seconds, another problem appeared. Engine number 2, the second engine, started losing power. The pilots couldn't believe it. Then it failed completely. Now, the massive Boeing 707 was flying with only two working engines. A Mayday call was sent out. On the ground, Mumbai Airport declared a full-scale emergency. Fire trucks, ambulances, and rescue teams rushed to the runway. Inside the cabin, fear took over. Passengers held each other's hands, praying for survival. The pilots turned the aircraft around, aiming for an emergency landing back at Mumbai. Two engines. A full passenger load. A heavy aircraft struggling to stay airborne. Would they make it back? Yellow Circle Part 2, 4 to 7 o'clock. Why did both engines fail? The aircraft, somehow, reached within sight of Mumbai Airport. With skill and precision, the pilots managed a hard but safe landing. Everyone on board survived. But what caused such a terrifying failure? Investigators launched a detailed inquiry. They discovered that the first engine had suffered a compressor blade failure. One blade snapped, damaging other parts inside the engine. This led to an internal fire, causing the engine to explode mid-air. But why did engine number 2 fail? That wasn't supposed to happen. Here's where human factors came into play. When Engine 1 failed, the pilots were forced to rely heavily on the remaining engines to keep the aircraft steady. However, in their urgent attempt to stabilize the plane, they overloaded the second engine. Running at maximum power for too long, Engine 2 overheated and failed. In simple terms, it was a combination of mechanical failure and human error. The first engine failure was unavoidable, but the second engine's failure was indirectly caused by emergency management decisions. Still, experts agreed. The pilots had done a remarkable job preventing total disaster. Even with two engines gone, they brought the plane back safely. Their skill and calmness saved hundreds of lives. Yellow Circle Part 3, 7 to 9 o'clock. Lessons learned from Flight 171. The Air India Flight 171 incident became a turning point for aviation safety. Following the investigation, Boeing made several critical changes to the 707 aircraft. Engine auto-shutdown systems were upgraded. Temperature monitoring and alerts for engine overheating were improved. Pilot training was updated, focusing on engine load management during emergencies. Perhaps the most important lesson. In aviation, even a small technical failure, if mismanaged, can escalate into a major crisis. This incident highlighted the need for better real-time information inside cockpits, advanced engine health monitoring systems, and a stronger focus on human factors during pilot training. Today, many modern aircraft incorporate systems designed specifically to prevent such chain reaction failures. In a way, the near disaster of Flight 171 contributed to the safer skies we enjoy today. Green Circle Call to Action, 9 to 10 o'clock. Your style. This is your own channel. Subscribe or not. That's entirely your choice. Honestly, if you subscribe, it won't benefit me much. But you will benefit. Because ZenPulse will always bring you the truth. No false stories. No confusion. Only the best. And only the truth. Stay happy and remember, ZenPulse will always speak the truth for you.